every human being is craving for someone who can listen to them. Do we agree?
It's a continuous process of educating yourself. Just because you do a business and people trust you doesn't mean that you should think you know everything.
Accepting failure as part of the process of learning and as part of the process of being successful.
I had to fulfill my dream of becoming a medical doctor.
We came up with a unique framework known as business process intelligence.
Why can I not be that PR? Be that person that will rally bloggers and then give them a strategy to go out there and tell stories.
It's good to diversify. One area fails, you should be able to pick up with the other.
You have to be delusional about the dream you have.
When we talk about diversity and dynamism, which is the theme of today, we look at it as growth.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the fourth edition of Hovareigns Connect, a platform which gives us, I'm glad to say, young people in particular, the opportunity to gather, to network, to tell our stories, to, of course, relate with people. And it's also amazing that this platform is being given to us by young people just like us. It's a good thing to see that we are gathered here honoring this invitation because we feel the need to tell our stories. We feel the need to connect with people, and this is just the right place. 3 editions back, this platform made us gather here. We saw people of different walks of life come on this platform. They sat just here, right here. They gave their stories, very touching stories. But at the end of the day, one thing we always retain are the positives from the story. Life-touching stories that in turn help us who gather here to listen to those stories, because in one way or the other, we pick lessons from the story. Before we begin, I am Magdala Eyong-Bisong, a journalist and more of a sports journalist. I work with My Media Prime Television and yeah, that's me, a CAF accredited sports journalist. It's an honor to be here as your moderator today, chairing this platform, and it's equally an honor because I would get the opportunity to speak with fine brains. One of our speakers tonight is an amazing man. We've known him. I think for those of you who follow social media, we talk of people who inspire today, the name that will come up, it's definitely a household name. Today we are gathered for the fourth edition of Hovareigns Connect. I would like all of us right here to feel at home, to feel comfortable, and to be able to tell our stories. It's an opportunity and a platform for us to share it. So I would like us to do that wholeheartedly. So in the first place, I'd like us to welcome our keynote speaker for today. Before he comes up, there are a few things we need to know about him. But first things first, I would like to say, since this platform is a platform where we get to share experiences, we get to talk about live opportunities, sitting as moderator, I equally may have a lot to tell, especially the fact that I'm venturing in a male-dominated field and the challenges have been too many. So just to note that as moderator, I equally have a lot to share. Please, I would like us to welcome our keynote speaker for today, a man who has inspired many, especially youths, a man who, when we hear the story, we'll hear that this is somebody who has toured Africa just so he could learn and then come and dish out the knowledge. When we see him mount the stage, we are going to understand that this is a visionary leader. He is an entrepreneur, an economic empowerment strategist. He is the founder and the chairman of the John Etta Family Capital, Njangi Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and the 1% Club Limited. let me save the best for later. We are going to hear all of it from the horse's mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, please, with a round of applause, let us welcome Mr. John Etta. Please make your applause louder until he gets to this podium. Thank you. Feel free. It's a flexible platform, so feel free. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you on the fourth edition of Hovareigns Connect. Please have your seat. So we are made to understand that you are a keynote speaker for today and you have a lot in store for us. It's a pleasure to have a fine brain like you on this platform, somebody who has taught Africa, who has had a lot of experiences, both good and bad challenges, and you definitely want to share that with us, especially some of us who are looking up to you, some of us who are going through a rough path but just need guardians from people who already have the experience and can walk us through. So the floor is yours, Mr. Jonathan.
Thank you very much, Magdalene. It's a pleasure to be here. I did not know I was coming to meet you.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm available for you. The introduction was quite inspiring, and I was asking myself if it's
I don't think I even did much. I didn't do enough. I didn't do the needful.
All right, so I'm here for you to guide me on what we'll be discussing about.
Of course. So let us begin first with who Mr. John Etta is and why he's
All right,
here
Mr.
today.
John Etta is an artist,
Okay.
entrepreneur, community builder, social media content creator.
Okay.
In all of that, if you ask me in one word, I would say John Etta is simply an inspiration.
Okay, because you're an inspiration, that's why you're here. So we want you to inspire us.
Yeah.
Now we've learned that you are an entrepreneur, you are CEO of the 1% Club and several other businesses. I mean, just to name but this few.
Yeah.
Now, can you walk us through? Can you tell us how it was possible for you to get to this level you are at right now?
That's going to be a
lot.
long one.
Make it short.
Well, for so long, Jude, one of our producers here, has been part of my story and understands that journey pretty much. And I used to be an artist when he met me like some 15 years ago. And in 2017, I transitioned to become an entrepreneur, an accidental entrepreneur, so to say. Because I was all driven by the music, because that's what I've been doing for the longest of time.
Okay.
Since childhood, since I was 9.
Oh.
Yeah, so as age was coming, family was coming, I thought it wise that let me also try something
Venture
else.
into something else.
Because I've been into the music industry for quite a long time,
Okay.
and I'd gathered a lot of experience, lots of contacts, and one elder brother, actually my elder brother's friend, in one of our conversations, he told me, hey, the way you speak, I think if you venture into entrepreneurship, you are going to
do
blow
great.
up.
Oh.
You know, then I went to Canal Day 2 for an interview, and the journalists who were, asking me some few questions, were interviewing me, said same thing.
This is the mind of an entrepreneur speaking. This
Yes.
is entrepreneur speaking.
So when I went home, I was considering that, okay, let me give a shot to it. Let me give it a shot. And when I gave a shot, the first was not a hit. It was a mobile supermarket. So the goal was to represent Santa Lucia and other supermarkets online. So it was an e-commerce platform. So it failed after 6 months. So I thought the problem why it failed was lack of capital. I was also very naive. I had no experience. So while looking for capital to bounce back into the business, the process of looking for capital became my business. Because I realized it seemed like many young Cameroonians are going through this situation I'm in right now. I tried to ask some friends for some money. It didn't come through. Went for family. They could not support me. Not because they could not or they didn't want to, because I was not bankable. I was not investable at the time. And simply because I did not have the reputation of someone who does business. They have known me to be someone who is moving from one stage to the other as an artist. And all of a sudden, I'm telling them that I'm running this business and I need money to put into that business. If I put myself in their places, I will understand. Exactly. That's why I'm not angry. So they didn't give me the money. And that challenge became the springboard, because I asked myself, how did I get the first capital that I started this business with? Because I started the business with 1.2 million. And this was money as I was performing from one club to the other. The small money I was being paid, I was in a jangi.
But made me say, I'm glad you're one of those who has told the truth as far as starting a business is concerned, because we hear motivational speakers always say, I started a business with 1,000 francs.
No.
Thank you for saying the truth.
So 1.2 million, and it failed. So I asked myself, how did I get the 1.2 million in the first place? It was a jangi. So I realized that a lot of entrepreneurs in Cameroon and all over the world are facing my situation. And I said, how can we now create another jangi where we have 10,000 other young entrepreneurs like myself into the platform?
Okay.
And every day we just save just 100 francs. And that idea sparked. So I rushed to my elder brother and explained to him. First of all, my friend, whom I was living with, I explained to him and he told me, that's the best idea you've ever come up with. I said, really? I said, okay, let's go and see my elder brother. Let me pitch it to him. We met him. The reason why I love pitching things to my elder brother is because he's a very critical person. So when I told him I have something, he said, you have come again. I said, this time around, just give me 5 minutes. He said, no problem, go ahead. I pitched it. He was in awe.
He found it interesting.
He said, this is, from the day you were born, this is the best idea you have ever come up with. So run with it. So when I left there, you can imagine the amount of courage I had. So I started pitching it to my friends. So since I was an artist and I did not want, now I'm getting into fintech, into the financial service. I did not want people to know that I'm the founder of the business. So I presented myself as the marketing director of the company.
Okay.
So we called the platform Jangi, and it started like that. But this is what I discovered. Out of every 10 people I spoke to, 9 joined the platform. That's why I realized I'm a good salesperson. So I started, my elder brother's friend, DJ Eduke, who is in the US, he's the one who told me that if I become an entrepreneur, I will blow up. So I went back to him, and he also bought the idea and started supporting me with the technology part of things. So fast forward, the rest is history.
We want to know more about that history. We are not tired. We want to know more about
so from 100
that
francs,
history.
So we asked the members who were joining Jangi, fintech startup. I had to research really quick what fintech is and stuff like that. So I was doing more of research, more of studies than running the business.
Okay.
Because I had no background in finance. I read sociology and anthropology in the University of Boya. That I did not even take very seriously. But the sociology and anthropology helped me as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Because I knew how to relate with people. I knew how to create a tribe. Then I knew how to market.
And so how proud are you of that particular business today?
Well,
That
the
field eventually-
Jangi...
Just the Jangi, because you've not told us about the 1% Club and the other.
So the Jangi is the foundation of everything.
Okay.
Through the 1% Club and even JFC today. Because the Jangi now, after 4 years, became the Jangi Cooperative Credit Union that you have today. And for the past 9 years, we've had a cash flow of close to 950 million francs.
Oh, wow.
That's money that's passed through the system. And that same platform, even till now, that part of Jangi itself is raising capital about 3 million every week. Capital that we just raise every week and share to entrepreneurs. That's JFC soldiers every week. So it's been an amazing journey.
Please, I just wanted to say, please, even if we find it hard to be convinced, a round of applause for that, please. It really deserves this. Thank you so much.
But before the clap, there's something I wanted to say.
Okay.
I'm just giving.
We don't mind clapping so many times.
Yes, I'm just giving the interesting part, the successful part of the journey.
Okay, take us
I've
through
not,
the part where we
I've
will
not told
cry,
you
please.
what happened because that was 2017 when we started.
Okay.
So now in 2018, I was in Boya. This whole thing started in Boya. So the Anglophone crisis escalated.
Okay.
So those who were saving these 100 francs every day, they were not actually saving 100 francs a day, since it's boring to save 100 francs through Momo. So they were advised to save, 10 days ahead of time, 100 days ahead of time. So people will save 1,000 or 10,000
exclusively through mobile money.
through mobile money.
Okay.
We refused cash. It was exclusively through mobile money.
All right.
That's because we did not have an office. So I told them the office was in Yaoundé. But that office was also another lady like you, just being the CEO, the while I was the marketing director. Then we have 2 account managers, one in Limbe and one in Boya. So the 4 team members never met. We never meeting. We never had any meeting, any physical meeting. Until by 2018, we had already raised 25 million francs. We had already given loans of more than 15 million francs, about 15, 16 million, 17 million or so. And something happened. The crisis escalated. Most of the members were either in the northwest or southwest. So with the crisis, everyone was running for their dear lives, including myself. So everyone started requesting for their money. Because the goal was that as you are saving this money, you're not going to request for it. You're instead going to request for a loan. And some had already come and collected the loan. 1,500,000, 700,000. So I'd given loan to the tune of 17 million, thereabout already.
Hey.
Now these people came and they were saying, please, I'm in Bamenda right now, I'm in Boya right now, I just got to Yaoundé. Can I have back down my 90,000 francs? Can I have back down my 66,000 francs? That's when the doors of entrepreneurship opened up to me. Welcome to the journey.
I cannot take it. Hey.
Then not only, because why in Bumaka, in Boya? Do you know Bumaka?
Yes, of course.
So that's where our house is. So the bullets were landing on our roof. So will I be frustrated about this money that I requested all my life? Then I'll go in front of the house, our compound, I'll see the military, I go behind, I see the Amber boys. I'm like, damn, I need to leave this place.
You see those asking for
I
their
see-
money?
yeah. So I had to run away. So I got to Douala. I got to Douala, frankless, homeless, and indebted. So the question is, how did I start from there? Because then 1 year after that, I was not owing anyone anymore. What happened, I want to say, is thanks to God Almighty. If you're an entrepreneur, what I would say is that you should have a strong belief in God. Because God will put you into situations that you will not be able to take yourself by yourself. So that when you overcome it, you will not be able to explain. And you will not be able to take credit. Doctor was here telling us about St. Alexandro, and I'm seeing that if I have any friend or cousin or sister or daughter, I will recommend. So for my word or two that I can say is that when we come and sit here to tell our story, it's a luxury and it's something that gives us pleasure. Every human being is craving for someone who can listen to them. Do we agree?
Yeah.
That story that you experience alone finally is making meaning to someone else. However, my story is unique to me. If you listen to Mr. Jefferson's story, it's still entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But it's quite a different scenario.
Sorry.
And when TK came, you saw that house was a different scenario. So Your spirit story is going to be unique to you. You could learn some lessons in my story. But if our beliefs are not aligned, then my story, might be useless to you, no matter how inspiring it is. So I'm just calling our attention to be careful when someone is telling us their stories, because their story will never be complete. There are some embarrassing things that will never come and sit here and tell you. Until you really come close, sometimes you even have to pay for it. Some very embarrassing things. And that's where all the secrets lie. It's very difficult to sit in a room like this and give the 5% that is actually the 95% of your story.
Yeah. That's right.
It's very difficult. Because those moments are very, very embarrassing. And until you have a lot of courage, you will not be able to say them. So, what I can say is that, number one, in my journey and what I think anyone who intends to build something big, because my message is for the big dreamers. People who dream, is that you have to be unreasonable.
Okay.
Which means you have to be delusional about the dream you have. Everything, the small things you have accomplished it now, because I can't say they are very great, because when we look at the Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk or Dangote or Tony Lumelo or Dr. Paul Fokam in Cameroon, or the recently Alain Concho, you heard of his story.
Yeah.
Then we know that everything we are doing, we are just starting. It's very small and tiny. But in that tiny story lies the germ and the seed of something that could become very big. Not only by ourselves, but for whoever is going to pick the mantle, the baton of relay, and move over from wherever we left it. Because not everyone is going to be a multi-billionaire in dollars.
Yeah. Or a trillionaire. Like
Or
Elon
a
Musk.
trillionaire.
Yeah.
However, once you make sure that you pursue your purpose and your dream, and wherever life leaves you, on your last days, lying on that bed, you should be able to tell yourself that I did all that I can. I tried. I went straight into my dreams and dared. There were every reason for me to fail, but I tried my best. Did I get it all right? Maybe not, but I tried my best. There's another scenario. You can still sleep on that bed and tell yourself this: I wish I tried. I wish I wrote that book. I wish I wrote that song. I wish I started that business. I wish I partnered with that friend who was dreaming big and pitched his dream with me. I wish I followed that, my friend, for us to build his dream together. Because sometimes you must not be the dream bearer. You can be the dream burden bearer. You can be the team player.
Yeah.
That's why I love watching football. Not because I'm good in football. I'm very bad with football, playing myself. But one thing I love about the football as a sport is the fact that it's a team game.
Yeah.
And I've come to learn in life that it's a team game. That's why, even though I stand here to take the credit, but the truth is that it's always the team behind me that has done all the work. And without them, let me say most of the work, and without them, everything we have accomplished would not have been possible. Today, I'm just coming from the site,
Yeah.
the 1% Club, where we have 200 plots at Misole, Dibamba, just 20 minutes away from the Japoma Stadium. And I was standing on that piece of land to see that how did we get here in just 3-4 years. When we started with just 1,000 francs.
Yeah.
Magdalene, that same story that we started with 100 francs, we started our real estate journey now with 1,000 francs a day.
Yeah.
Saving 1,000 francs. Today, if you have a chance, tomorrow you can join me. Let's go visit the land. And I would say, today I was going through the land. Some clients came. We made some few sales. We thank God. And I was asking myself, how did we get here? 200 plots of land. Right now, we're selling a meter square for just 7,000 francs because we are still mapping out the roads and the caterpillars are still on site. Because if I come here and just tell my story and I don't tell you how you can benefit from that story, maybe that story will not be as useful as you may want it to be.
Exactly.
Am I making sense?
Yes, you are. You are.
Now, if I tell you that today we sold the tune of 15 million francs today, then that is an interesting story. Are we together now?
Yeah.
Do you want to be part of tomorrow's sales?
Exactly. I wanted to say it will be more interesting if I know how I can make maybe 1 million from the money you sold.
Exactly. So I think recently I just came up with the idea that we need to train realtors. And to become wealthy, every wealthy person, an entrepreneur or business person have what we call, the asset class or asset portfolio. Now your asset classes could include real estate, crypto. I don't do crypto. Forex for some, I don't do Forex. I'm a very traditional investor. It could be you buying things in the market and selling. It could you being doing China importation. It could you being a service provider.
Yeah.
It could you being a marketer. But whatever you do, please, my dear brothers and sisters, consider having real estate as part of your asset class. Because the last time I checked, all the wealthy people, all the billionaires have real estate as part of the asset class and is the most dominant. For example, the doctor who just came here, the proprietress, right?
Yes.
She'll be telling us about this school. But let me tell you, 95% of this school is the land and the building. Do we agree?
Yes, we do. Well, I mean, I don't know. Analytically, probably you would know better, but...
Okay, what would this school be without the land and this building?
Okay, do I hear nothing?
Yeah.
But what about people who rent buildings to do schools? Because I hear nothing.
No,
But
but
people
at least you rented the building.
Yes.
Yes. So we all know Santa Lucia and Carrefour, right? Now we know they're doing supermarket. But when I look at it, I know they're doing real estate.
Okay.
When you look at the petrol stations all over Douala, you see petrol station, I see real estate.
Okay.
Because the petrol station will not be suspended in the air. The supermarket, the schools. So if you ever want to be wealthy, my advice for you is that consider real estate. Now, Jude and the Hovareigns Connect group, that's why it's Hovareigns Connect. I've come here to connect with you so that we can share this industry together. It's an industry that can transform your life. I'm talking here with a testimony. Today, someone came to buy. He said, I'm going to buy 2,000 or 3,000 meters square. If you take my number, you're going to see our video how we're going to the land this morning. He ended up buying 12,290 meters square. Wow. Because of the strategic position that he saw. He gave an advance and he's going to complete the rest. So I'm willing to introduce each one of you into becoming realtors. A realtor is someone who can sell land that you do not own.
Yeah.
All you need to do is to make sure that the land is titled. And we, with the 1% Club, we sell only titled lands. Then when you work with us, you have a 10%, which means if you sell a piece of land with us, you have 10% commission. So imagine you selling land for 7 million francs. You would have been living today with 700,000. Now, in addition to that, we are going to help you on how to become a salesperson, a good salesperson. As a very loyal and committed student of Grant Cardone. Who knows Grant Cardone here? It's America's foremost, most resilient real estate mogul.
Okay.
He's the beast of sales. The beast. One thing I learned from him is how to be unreasonable when you want to sell something. You have to be unreasonable. That's the word. You have to be delusional. You have to be sold for you to sell. And if you don't sell, you can never be wealthy. Today, if I see him, I'm going to buy him a bottle of palm wine. He's an American, a white man. I don't know if we're able to drink that. I'm just looking for something precious.
Yeah.
Because I've learned a lot from him, and he's been able to transform my life. So, in a nutshell, that's what I can share with you guys. I don't know how to build companies, even though we do. I don't know how to build businesses, even though we do. This is what I know how to do. I know how to bring teams together. I know how to create a community. I know how to create a tribe. And those tribe and the community build the businesses.
Yeah.
So the secret to whatever I've accomplished,
Yeah.
it lies in working together with people.